From across the globe, the Unborn Radio is bringing you the sounds you want to hear.
All right, so today on the podcast, we've got a couple of members here. We're going to do a little conversation. So we'll start with Machine. Machine, what's your PSN?
It used to be Machine Gun, now it's Decisive Machine. Yeah.
All right.
I just changed it because eventually people just kept calling me Machine, so I made it more just Machine.
Yeah, Mean Machine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and Herb, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Herb T. I've been here for like 4 years or something like that now. Not really sure. Been a long time.
Yes.
Herb T.
More than 4. I've been here for over 4.
Okay, so more than convict.
I've been here for like almost 4, I think. I forgot to say.
Yes,
almost 4.
Like
If anybody out there listening and knows when I was patched, let me know, because we can't figure it out.
All right, and Satch, introduce yourself.
That's scary.
PSN Satch. Been affiliated for almost a year and a half now.
Awesome. Marlboro?
PSN's Marlboro Man, A13, represent. Been a member for about 8 months, I believe.
Yeah, something close
Been
to
a hell of a time.
So you three, Herb, Satch, and Marlboro, you guys are officers. What are your positions within the club?
I'm an enforcer now.
Satch.
Second enforcer, Blaine County.
Marlboro?
Recently just voted in road captain, Blaine County.
Awesome. What's your favorite moment? The funniest, the best times you've had within the club?
I don't know about funniest. I've had a lot of. I don't know. I don't think I'm the right guy for that. You have to ask Herb. Herb's perfect for that.
All right. Herb, what you think?
All right, pass like a bitch. All right.
Fuck you.
I don't know, man. I've been around a lot. I've had a lot of fun times. Honestly, I think some of the stuff I enjoy most anymore is hanging out and doing stuff like this and kind of just bullshitting, reminiscing, talking about times that have passed and everything like that. It's hard to nail down just one because I normally get on here and I laugh until my fucking lungs hurt and then I have to get off.
Yeah. What about you, Satch?
Yeah, I'm the same as Herb. I mean, there's on late nights when people have had a few chemicals in them, it becomes very comical. But one night that does come to mind is there's probably about 12 to 15 of us fighting a couple guys from another MC that we had beef with, and I had just got my patch probably like 3 days beforehand, and we had chased them all to their they all hid inside of an apartment in the city, so we followed them up and parked the bikes and we're standing out front. And then this random just happened to have the same apartment building. He came outside and just like stepped into this. So we're just standing there.
I remember this.
And he just got real nervous and left.
Oh, shit.
Those are the best. That's like one of my favorite things is people that go away from their controller. When we get 10 or 15 guys on, surround them. And then once they come back to their controller, they've got, 10, 15 bikers circled around them. Like, what the fuck do I do?
Oh, shit.
What about you, Marlboro? You got any?
I had there's like boys said, there's so many. I enjoy every day riding with you boys, but if I had to, say one day or one good fucking moment, I'd say it was when I became road captain. because it wasn't something I wanted to be. It's not something I've sought for. When I got patched in, I wasn't looking for any type of position or anything like that. I just wanted to ride. I found me a family, and I was happy with it. And when my brothers trusted me enough, placed a road captain on my shoulders, the best moment, I'd say.
Yeah, that's that's one thing about our club is like we make a big deal of the officers and even the prospects when they come in. I know some of the guys, their favorite thing is to see the prospect put their bottom rocker on. Like step out of the clothing store with their prospect patch on. Just stuff, little things like that. Like we appreciate as a club. Like the becoming an officer, getting our patches when we hand out our patches.
Convict hit me right in my feels talking about watching prospects get their patch for the first time and shit. Made me think of, like, one of my favorite things is honestly watching some of you guys that I remember from prospects that have now put in years and shit come to places where you're at, and, like, just the way you develop as a member. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things, like the ones that stick around and have been around.
Yeah, like I'm close with everybody. I think on my end, I feel like we always bump heads. Like Herb
with you.
Herb, you and I bumped heads. Machine, you and I bump heads quite often. There's like Danny. Danny bumps heads with everybody. But there's people that come into this club that are just like all of us. Like that's one thing I love is it seems like we attract the right kind of people to come into the club. And like
there's been a lot of trash as well.
Yeah, they come and go, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I just like to point that out because it's not all roses and sunshine when it comes to inviting people into the crew.
It was
It's not a crew's club.
Oh my bad.
Was it Creepy Lunch? Creepy Lunch, was that his name? Something like that. Scary Dinner? I don't know.
was just joking.
Ominous snack time.
Yeah. But that's one thing I love as well. Like you see these prospects that come in here and you're like, my God, they're going to make a great member. They're gonna do good, and I love that.
And it gets to the point where you can almost tell within a few times of hanging out with them, where it's like, yeah, I think this one's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, definitely. But then you get like you said, we get the guys that surprise us, where you're like, dude, this is president material.
And then they just like all of a sudden flip a switch.
Yeah, think they're King Dingaling or something.
Freaking Colonel King.
Like one thing
another...
One thing I like to say to the new guys coming in is, we appreciate that you were president of your last club, or we appreciate that you've been in the MC community for 3 years, but that really don't mean shit to the unborn. Like you have that respect because you were an officer, you've been a part of it, but we're structured completely different. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like your old clubs. Your old club's not going to help you here, This is your club.
But I thought it was cool when I first became an enforcer. I felt like I had a lot more responsibilities in the club, and like the more you get patched in, the more ranks you get. It's like you get a little bit more closer to like everything. Like, you're already close, don't get me wrong, but like when you actually have responsibilities to carry out in a session, it just, I don't know how to explain it. The feeling you get, like. Yeah. It's just like a fresh feeling, something you don't get often.
Well, that goes along with like what our club does is like we don't just give out an enforcer spot. We don't give out a road captain spot. We don't give out a secretary spot. Like Satch and Herb can talk about it. You can talk about it because you were there. Like you have jobs as that officer. You don't just get to wear that patch.
Yeah, it's a full-time job on top of your daily job.
You have to put in work, and that's like when I was president, like I was getting messages constantly, from other MCs, other people, members, And it's not just, okay, well, I'm going to get on Grand Theft Auto and play my game, and now everything happens. Like my old lady and I, we went at it multiple times, being out to a romantic dinner, and I'm handling
And
club shit, you know?
Yeah, that's. I
Yeah,
guess
and you're
that's
not
the
the only
downside.
one I've heard with that. Like, I know I've fought about it with mine, and I can name a few others, but yeah.
Yeah. So,
Talk about bad timing. Talk about the time zones, man. Fucking people
Oh, yeah.
8 hours ahead of us and shit.
well,
Sucks.
Akil, he's like, I mean, where's Akil from? I get it wrong every time.
Some Singapore, something, right?
I don't know. Don't bring him up, because every time you bring him up, I start saying some shit, because he got me started one day, and now it's a whole thing.
He's cool now, but
Oh, no,
he
it's
made the effort,
in
like-
a loving brother way, bro. It's like, I kept going like, dude, you can't say that on the mic, and he would basically say everything you never want to come through your TV.
Exactly, yeah.
In America's plan.
That's like Akil. He gets away with it because he'll be on.
Yeah, I don't know how he does.
Yeah, it works for him.
Fuck, he's
but-
crazy. Yeah, he just
He's
stays on
also
until
one of those
7 in
few
the
people
morning.
that I've seen play for 24 hours straight, and you get back on, and like after going to bed, and he's like, "Oh, I'm still playing the same session." I'm like, damn, bro. Go to
Right.
bed.
Well, that's the same thing with Danny, right? So like I played with Danny one day, and it was like 10, 11 o'clock my time, and I'm like, man, I'm going to bed. I'm tired, and he's like, man, I've been up, 26 hours or some shit. I'm like, all right, man, we'll get to bed. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I got on the next
He's
morning.
That, like Danny, you said, or who?
Yeah, Danny S. Jizzle.
Yeah.
Like I got on the next morning at like 10, and he's still playing. I'm like, what? What are you doing, man? Go to sleep. All right, so we're gonna finish this up with what's your, I think we kind of already touched base on it, but what's your favorite thing to do within the Unborn?
Somewhere and like, I'm not gonna really explain it that much, but we
Yeah,
make it seem like something bad.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. But you remember what I'm talking about? Shit.
He's pulling a junior.
I did that.
Oh,
I did that to
junior
Akil.
this session, bro. We got to start all over.
We did that to him.
Oh
Who
my
did
god.
that? I think I was there. I know I was there.
Dude,
I just-
stop.
Machine. I gotta save this audio and then delete it.
Quesadilla.
Yeah, quesadilla, this motherfucker.
What the fuck?
Quesadilla.
You remember that shit, Colin?
Yes.
I want a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
man.
brought that whole. You kept bringing that shit up, huh? You didn't let that thing die, did you, Colin?
No, it's still here. Well, for everybody that's
explain this.
listening,
Yeah.
quesadilla is what we use to kick people out of parties. So if we invite a random into our party that's not really fitting in, we quesadilla him by whoever owns the party kicks him out.
Shit's old, man.
Which I never really understood it, but I've used it myself. But like, I love quesadillas. Why would we kick a quesadilla out? You know,
It was
like a year.
Machine
a
and
year-
I one night, yeah. We're
Like
like
a
code
year
words
ago.
quesadilla.
It's because we're recruiting people and we're in random sessions, and I was like, what? Because what if you get like a fucking weirdo or like like a little kid or something or some shit like that.
Yeah,
or
you
some
don't
guy
want to
who's
be
just
a
like an
dick and
asshole.
say you need to leave the party.
Yeah,
we'll just
like
kick
if
you
you
and
get
never
on my
talk to
party,
you
yeah,
again.
it's not gonna work out. So I told Conway, I was like, here, like, the code word is just quesadilla, right? So say that, and then once you say that, that means we're gonna kick him out, and we're just gonna stop like messing around with them. And then one time as we were doing it, I don't know, it was just some weird guy. I don't remember. He was just saying, I don't know if you remember him, but he was talking about gangs and shit. I don't even remember, but comment over here was like, quesadilla this motherfucker, like. And then I kicked this guy out of the party, and it just stuck ever since.
It's like that one time when there was somebody that was prospecting for us that it just wasn't working out, and we ended up, he got into our session, and we're like, look, dude, it's just not going to work out. We're sorry, you're just not cut out for this club. And it was raining in game, and it was Machine and I were there, and he got really sad, and he's like, y'all just going to kick me out like a dog? You got me out here in the rain just telling me to go away? He's like, man, like a dog? Man, I couldn't stop laughing just because how he was going about it.
I tell him, I was like, that's just the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go. Just the way she goes, man. It's the way of the road, and then he was just like all sad, all mumbling on the mic because it was raining, sitting on the curb somewhere. Yeah, it was fun. Then we kicked his ass out. Yeah, he got kicked out of the session. Yeah, that was fun.
Well, Herb, what's your favorite thing to do within the club?
Fucking troll you motherfuckers.
OG hurt too.
Yeah. Well, that's
No,
like the
really,
comic relief you are, you know, like when we're having them heated
I mean,
discussions in chat.
I gotta come in, like, you know, what's up? How you guys doing? Oh, dude, I just love trolling everybody.
Like, how? What do you mean? Be specific, man.
One of my favorite things. Did you know if you get any ambulance or box truck, you can back it up to a convenience store while your bros are inside, and the only way to get out is to find a new session?
Great. Thanks for giving that information out.
I'm just saying, like, I got them for days.
Gotta watch out for you,
Right.
ambulance man.
Well, as soon as a prospect gets on, we should send him to the gas station.
Oh, for sure. Go get me some smokes, and as soon as he walks in, dude, just back a car up to the door, because once you do that, if you think about it, the only way to come out of the doors is to push them. So if there's a car in the way, you can't push the door open. It's fucking hilarious. But you also can't kill yourself or anything else.
You can't kill yourself?
No, because you can't pull up your interaction menu.
That's fucked, man. We should do that and just point at him, like, laugh. It's fucked.
Yeah. All right, Satch, what's your favorite thing?
I don't really have just one. Well, maybe. I like being around I don't know, probably about 3 o'clock my time until about 7.
Oh, it's dangerous.
You just see that shift, and, like, I don't know, because, like, different crowds do different things differently, and, you know, so
Right.
it's just cool to be around during that time of day.
So your favorite is when I can't get online?
Oh, dude, convict! I'm telling you, at 3 to 7 our time, man, it's fucking wild.
I
It's
know, man.
turning
Back
of
in the day,
tides.
that's why I loved third shift, was because I'd get on at like 2 and then get off at like 9. And then
That's when I love getting off work early or something, so I can get home, and I'm on at like 4 o'clock, and I catch the European guys and shit getting off, and a bunch of the American guys getting off work, and it's always a shit show of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good time. Anything else you want to add to that, Satch?
I mean, that's just about it. I mean, I'm always down for whatever, and it's just always different, so...
And Marlboro, what do you think?
There's a lot of shit, bro. Like Satch said, there's so many things that we do on a different basis or a daily basis. And, man, it's hard to choose or say what because every day is a new fucking day. You know what I mean? Everybody, something's new with everybody.
Oh yeah. So like my favorite thing is movies. I love making videos, just because of the outcome, you know. Another favorite thing is this. Like, everybody in the club knows, like, I'm the guy that's just gonna park up and we can talk for 2 hours, and not do anything.
Big fact.
You know. I love talking about old times. Get Lightning and Danny and Bama and Ginger on, Herb, and we'll just go through the history of the club. Every time they're on and I'm on, we talk about it. You know.
Do you remember when we all used to be like all online at the same fucking time?
Oh, every day, man.
Yeah.
Like that was.
I do that now.
Well, no, it's nothing compared to what it used to be. Because now, you know, we'll get, you know, eight to 15.
My work life and my social life.
Oh,
Shit
yeah.
was real back in the day.
I didn't do shit. Like I'd get off work at 6 a.m., go to bed, wake up at 2, and I'd get on GTA, and then I'd fuck with y'all until it was time for me to go to work at 10. You know?
Yeah. And then there'd be a new update coming out, and everybody be getting on like first thing in the fucking morning,
like
chatting it out
7:30.
before they all split, and they're like, "Hold on, all right, my shit's finally downloaded. Hold on, I gotta go to work later. Let me know how it is."
Right. Well, That's all I got. I appreciate you all sitting here talking with me. And
hey, appreciate you having us on the couch, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, as they say, boys, unborn forever.
Forever unborn.
Unborn.
Y'all are slacking. That was sloppy.
Yeah.
Please check out www.theunbornmc.com for more information.